The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back. Another hot episode of HBCU Out. It's your boy Pooh Bear. I got my man Ant Petty Murphy in the building. What's good with you, my boy?
What's that, dog?
Man, I obviously must do this too much. Dylan sitting over here mouthing out my exact words. You talking about you want to, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get rid of dog. I'm trying to get rid of her. No, man. Anyway, it's gonna be a good one tonight, man. We got to talk about some stuff, man. It's been some people, man. They done got mad. They got hot under the collar. So, could you back up? They done got hot under the collar, man. We got to talk about some of this, man. We might have to do some anger management classes.
Yeah, it's been a lot of hostility going on, man.
Yeah, a lot of hostility, and it ain't even I got a theory. It's something behind it. Why people really mad? Why certain people really mad? What's good, Edwin? Appreciate you for tuning in, man. We get close to that time too, Ant, man. We get close to that time where we start really looking at football season and
Spring
it's
football.
it's actually, you know what I'm saying, something to talk about. I blinked. We in tournament time.
Yep.
The D2 schools are playing in, you know what I'm saying, different tournaments and stuff. The conference tournaments and everything. What's good, Jay White? So, yeah, it's been interesting, man. Yes, sir. Dylan said, hey, everybody. He wants y'all to know he's doing well. He getting ready for baseball season. Y'all let this cold snap get away, you know what I'm saying, go away. But
There's been some good baseball already too on the sports front.
Tell me about it, man. We done seen some huge baseball games and everything. So that Cactus Jack, I know we talked about it last week, but looking at some of these other games, it's a new classic. We gotta talk about too. We'll get to it though. We'll get to it. Jay White said A&M spring football starts this Saturday.
It's that time, man.
I might have to slide down the road, man. Go check out them boys, see what they looking like.
It's that time.
It's that time. But man, y'all know what we gotta do. We gotta give a shout out to our sponsor over at BetOnline. BetOnline.ag. We will be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, and just because I like to mix in good news and bad news, or the good news, you know what I'm saying, sandwich that bad news in between, or the bad, you know what I'm saying, topic. We got to start off on a high note, man. The diva herself, man. Guest of the show, Coach Don Thornton. She hit 100 wins the other night.
Big
100 wins as a
milestone.
UAPB head coach. So congratulations are due to her, man.
Yeah, big milestone for Coach. Congratulations, and here's to more of those wins, you know, and more milestones in her future, man. But congratulations to her, huge honor, and that just shows what she's been able to do with UAPB.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting another 100 and another 100 and another 100. There was also a list that came out. I can find it, but they talked about like most wins since like 18-19 season. If I'm not mistaken, Coach Reed was like number 6 on that list or something like that, or she was up there.
I know remember. They got one of the best division records. Yeah. Well, conference records, I should say, in the nation over the last 4 years.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Coach Thornton Hood said Thornton. It's the new D-line coach at A&M, Alabama A&M. I did not realize that's where he landed.
That's some mileage in between them.
Woo, tell me about it. I don't know how far Huntsville is from well, but nah, man. Kudos to you know what I'm saying, Coach Thornton. Both of them. Man, I know you saw it. Other night, Mississippi Valley finally broke their losing streak. They stormed the court. It was all 32 of them stormed the court. It was I ain't gonna lie, it was like the most pure like sighting ever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, and I know we talked about on the Golden Boot side about storming the court and, you know what I'm saying, the dangers and stuff of it. That though is kind of like what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? You want to see that pure passion and stuff.
Yeah. But man, I think the best part of it was the call of the game by the commentators, man. They did fantastic job. You could hear the excitement and the passion in their voice, bro. Like they were genuinely, you know what I mean? Like I don't even know the word for it. Like
yeah,
exuberant. You know what I mean? Like it was beyond just excited. You know what I mean? Like they did such a great job of displaying that through the call. You know what I mean? And the excitement they had through the call, bro. Like they need to be the announcers for the swag tournament, bro. Like that's.
I agree. Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah, but they did an amazing job on that call, bro. That made the whole thing, in my opinion.
I agree. My bad. Edwin, I'm laughing at Edwin and Jay White giving these mileage and how far you know what I'm saying A&M is from from Pine Bluff, yeah. At 4 hours. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. Man, that was, like I said, like you said, the call. But see, I like those every time those guys have big calls like that, it seems like it goes viral.
Yeah, because it's real, it's genuine, man.
Yeah, if you remember, that's the same too, you know what I'm saying, that when the cheerleader came on the court and got ejected last year. It was them too, man. So I'm gonna reach out to them, man. We gotta talk to them guys, man. Gotta have them on.
They good at what they do, bro. Their entertainment value is worth the price of admission. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
it's worth watching the game just to hear them two dudes call the game.
Yeah, I agree. But Mississippi Valley wasn't the only Mississippi team at that to storm the court. Mo Williams, this is a little bit older, but Mo Williams decided to storm the court by himself. He was not happy with a call that he received against Alcorn State, and he decided, you know what I'm saying, let the refs know it. I'm talking about he was at the free throw line. He was out. Had to be restrained, man. That was wild. That was wild. I told you we gonna fix it in. We want to fix it in.
You can't do that as a coach, man. Like I understand the frustration, but nah, man.
Yeah. I don't even know the call or what exactly it was or what missed call it was. I like you said, I understand the frustration. I'm not coaching at that level, but you know, saying coaching Dylan's little league team. You know, we see missed calls and stuff like that all the time. And then when especially we see the same refs, which the SWAC, you know, just like every league, you rotate those refs, so you see those guys all the time. We see the same refs all the time, and then when we have a bad call, it just get compiled when you like, hey, come on, ref, what's going on? And then if they get smart with you or something like that, but you can't run out on the court like that. It's a bad look for you, you know what I'm saying, for you know what I'm saying, the school.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about it. We talked about Ed Reed, you know what I'm saying, not being able to have that composure. It ain't necessarily to that extent, but if we talked about Ed Reed, it's only fair.
That's true. That's true.
So, but man, it was I do, you know what I'm saying, I know Coach, well, I don't know him personally, but I from what I've seen, Mo Williams is not a bad person. You know, you do want to see somebody with that passion, you know what I'm saying, love for the game, and he's doing good things, or at least, you know what I'm saying, trying to you know what I'm saying, get that program back to where they need to be. But yeah, man, that was a bad look.
Definitely.
Speaking of bad looks, man, Legacy Bowl. We hadn't had a chance to talk about it. I think overall what they were trying to do wasn't bad. As far as, you know what I'm saying, the uniforms and stuff, I'm gonna go there first. It wasn't bad. I felt like it was missing Kente Claw. Maybe it's just me. I thought the uniforms was missing it. Like a stripe down the middle, Kente. You know what I'm saying? It was just, all they missing was the Democrats. No, man. Anyway,
boy, you wild, man.
But nah, man, it was I think overall it was what they were trying to do was with the uniforms. It was a different little spark. I think I would prefer them to use the let the players represent their schools, wear their school helmets and stuff.
Yeah, like they do at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, something like that. You know, I'd rather have seen that. Also, we can't ignore what happened. Davius Richards. I'm sorry. He was injured during the Legacy Bowl. The play itself has been you know, saying scrutinized. But it was basically what was it? A read option. He kept it, tried to go in, somebody grabbed his ankle low and went in his own and ended up basically dislocating his ankle. Everybody is, I think, you know, there's a lot of talk about the injury, you know, it happening. The biggest person, Trei Oliver, Coach Oliver of North Carolina Central, spoke out. Initially, he was visibly upset and arguably so. He's, you know, saying somebody he's coached, you know, saying for years, you know, saying grown to love this young man as his own. But then he goes out, he speaks, and he says basically that, you know, calls the coaches on the Team Gaither dumbasses. I'll let you go first.
Once again, I understand the frustration, but at the same time, you got to be more professional than that. These are your colleagues. Some of the same people who, man, this mosquito is about to drive me crazy. But some of the same people who, you know, whenever you was preparing for a Celebration Bowl a few years ago, who was in your corner. You know what I mean? So I feel like I understand his frustration, but I think it was a little excessive, and I think he realized that. That's why he kind of came back with the second statement. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that was a little out of character for him.
What's good, Doc? Edwin brings up a good point. Nobody's talking about the dirtiness of the player twisting his ankle, totally uncalled for, especially all-star to all-star. I don't know if I call it necessarily dirt. I get what you're saying. I'm not going because I didn't see him necessarily twist. I know he grabbed the ankle, which one you shouldn't do. It's an all-star game. If they score, they score. Leave it at that. What's good, Reek? Reek from Big Reek from HU Power Ship. Our guys. Him twisting, the ankle twist, yeah, or holding excessive. The play call probably shouldn't have been called. Let's be honest, Davius Richards probably shouldn't even been playing in that game. Trei Oliver says, he and the reason why I say he shouldn't be playing the game, I think everything he needs to prove he showed in the combine and also throughout the season, throughout the year, stuff like that. I'm gonna say that, and I get, I'm gonna let you know he probably shouldn't have been playing. Just hear me out. But at the end of the day, it's football. Injuries happen. It's very unfortunate. If he does not get injured, nobody says a thing about him running the ball. If another player gets injured, nobody's probably saying anything about, about them playing this game or anything like that. Also, you talked about he, made that statement about his colleagues. You got to see this man. The same coach who dropped 50 on you. You're gonna have to see him again. And I understand, saying you're not here to make friends and stuff, but it's a respect. It's a professional thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm gonna say something else. Go ahead.
I know. I was just gonna say about the Davius not playing thing. Like, obviously, you have the
Reek said, and I don't know if this is where you're going. He said he had some words with someone who scouted him and said Davius still had a lot to prove and needed to play in this game. Just unfortunate.
That's what kind of I was going, like, who's to say he had nothing else to prove? You know what I mean? Like, when you look at some of these mocks and things like that, I didn't see his name getting picked on a lot of mock drafts to be, quarterback drafted. I seen him on some undrafted free agent lists and things like that. But so I think he still has some things to prove, especially when you look at the amount of scouts who's going to be at that game. So I think he's playing in that game definitely was something that I felt like he should have done in the sense of boosting his draft stock to perform in front of those scouts. Same for Sundiata and some of these other guys who were kind of fringe draftable guys. I feel like performing in front of those scouts would have been able to boost their stock a little bit and push them up into the later rounds and actually on board to get drafted. So I kind of disagree with you on he had nothing left to prove.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, when we had G on last week, we talked about like the importance of having guys like that at these games. You know what I mean? So I think him playing was also important for the fact of if you got one of the biggest draft prospects in the last however many years from HBCU to play in this game, what message does that send to the next guys coming down? Like the injury is unfortunate for sure, and now we probably won't see a lot of top guys play because of they're gonna point to this. But I think it could have been a very beneficial thing for the Legacy Bowl if he would have played, performed well, didn't get injured, you know what I mean, and boosted his draft stock. It kind of could have set the pattern for the guys coming behind him.
I agree. I agree, and I understand what you're saying. Especially when you talk about the guys come behind the Lexi Bowl. I completely agree. This is going to be a black eye. But yeah, we'll see. I do want to say one more thing. Coach Oliver, he had problem with the play calling. He didn't like it. You know, say he talked to the coaches throughout the week, and they said, you know, also say he spoke to Shaq and Doug, said they weren't going to run him. Here's my thing: if you don't want Davius to run the ball and you know what I'm saying, and kind of protect him with the offense, win the MEAC, coaching the game. Well, that didn't happen. So
I also say this. Like what Reek said. I mean, not Reek, what D-Live said. That's kind of what I was getting at. Like, they ain't practiced this all week. Like, nobody saw this getting ran in practice. I'm pretty sure that ain't the first. Like, they didn't just go out there and say, hey, run this play. And everybody knew what to do on the play. You know what I mean? Like, that's something they had to at least do and walk through or like he said, and walk through a practice. Like, man, ain't no way that they just called that on game day. Nobody knew about it.
right. I agree. Next up, man, we got some Hampton news to talk about. For the first time in school history, Hampton is going to be playing a Power 5 school. Hampton be taking on Maryland. Yeah, they got Maryland on the schedule. So big shout outs to Hampton, man. We'll go through and break down the schedule and stuff and talk about that more. But yeah, that was come on, Michaela. That was it's big. Not just that, man. Speaking of schedules, did you see Tennessee State schedule and how they released it?
Yeah, that was nice.
I like that. I like it. Tennessee State, they just made everybody step their game up. So D-Law said, wow, first time in history. Yeah, from what I read, I could be wrong. Big Reek, correct me if I'm wrong. But this is the from what I've read, this was the first time in history, school history, they'll be playing at Power 5 school.
So what's up, man? Get that money, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Tennessee State in this schedule. This schedule release. That is the way they released it with the different music for the different places.
Yeah.
That's
put some work in it. They put some work in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Big reset. There you go. First time in history, man. That's wild. I'm looking forward to it. Man, listen, football season can't get here fast enough. Absolutely cannot get here fast enough. Now that's funny. You say gotta pay them CAA bills.
Yeah, I feel them though, man.
That's funny. Man, we shout out to Coach. I was gonna say Coach. Shout out to Coach Kiki Barnes Baker. I think I said that right. Kiki Baker Barnes. The commissioner of the Gulf Coast Athletic Conference announced today that the GCAC will be rebranding. They will be the HBCU Athletic Conference. Said this will take place start in July of 2024. So July this year, they will now be the HBCU Athletic Conference. They got a nice little logo in there. I like it. I like it. It's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? Kind of. I don't know if he's the face of I don't know.
The Forerunner.
Yeah, Forerunner. Yeah, Kiki Baker Barnes. There you go. Proud if I'm not mistaken, proud Dillard University alum. Shout out to DU down there in New Orleans. I got plenty of stories about that place, man.
Not on air.
Hey, definitely not on air. Not one. I got kids. My dad listening too, man. Let me stop. That why I ain't graduate all time. Oh man, let me stop. Man. Speaking of doing good things, man. I know we flying through these, man. I'm trying not to, but an affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds, the Louisville Bats, announces the inaugural Louisville Bats HBCU Classic. This is going to take place between Kentucky State and Morehouse College. I think it's in I think it's March something. It's coming up soon, but yeah. Big kudos to like I said, Louisville Bats for putting this on the inaugural. But shout out to the Cincinnati Reds overall, their organization. Because we did a story, we talked about this before. Cincinnati has been instrumental in trying to help Wilberforce bring their baseball team back.
Yeah. I've been to the Louisville Bats baseball stadium too. I know that's very random, but yeah, I've been there.
That is random. What were you doing at the Louisville Bats baseball? I mean, obviously watching the game, but how did you end up?
They didn't even have a game. So my wife had a work conference in Louisville, and the hotel we were staying in was right across the stadium. I mean, right across the street from the stadium, and they had a brewery. They got a brewery in the stadium.
Oh, that's dope.
So I had went to. They the Louisville Bats because the Louisville Slugger is made in Louisville, so play on words a little bit, I guess. But yeah.
Okay. That's random, but that's dope.
They're the Bats because of the Louisville Slugger, obviously.
Right, right.
And they got a Louisville Slugger museum like right up the road from the stadium. And so like they got random like throughout the city, they got random like Hall of Famers like plaques and stuff like that from the Louisville Slugger Museum. So you can go to like Hank Aaron and Jackie Robinson and Roberto Clemente and all these different dudes. They got plaques and stuff of them throughout the city and stuff. It was pretty dope.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I get what you're saying. No, not the Louisville Sluggers like the Bat. It's their name of the actual like minor league team is the Louisville Bats. Yeah, so yeah, that is what's called. I actually probably should have moved this story up and talked about it with this happened. We talked about how far that Tennessee State schedule release was, but it's not fire.
Oh Lord.
Losing your OC before you even call a play, before you even play a game.
That's tough, bro.
Tyler Roehl. He was at North Dakota State. It was one of the biggest hires of the offseason when Tennessee State was able to lure him away, and he has since been lured away to Iowa State. He'll be the OC and also I think it's associate head coach. So yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, like, that's one of them things where you see it even at the Power 5 level where you see like G5 head coaches leaving to become coordinators or position coaches at the at the P5 level. So if you had to losing them to a school of that caliber is kind of understandable. I guess, you know what I mean? Like, you can't compete with the money that he's about to go make as a position coach at a Power 5 school. So I kind of understand that, but the fact that you got Power 5 schools coming to look at your staff just shows what a good job Eddie George has done of assembling that staff. Like you mentioned, going to get him from North Dakota State was looked at as like the coup of the offseason, being able to go get a guy of that caliber from a school like North Dakota State with all of their tradition and all of their winning prowess. So interested to see how he's going to replace him now. especially with spring practice so soon, and the time of year it is. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. But it's one of them good and bads in a sense. It's good because it just shows how good of a staff you've assembled, but it's negative because now you got to replace this guy.
Yeah. Completely agree. It's funny that we're having this conversation or talking about this now. I actually talked with shout out to Ken Clark, from Tiger Talk. I talked with him the other day. And we were talking about like Jackson State kind of, how their coaching staff has kind of been rated. And uh-oh.
Alexa over
the yeah, somebody at the door. Hold on, I'll let them do it. Take care of it. When you have coaches on your staff, if people are not trying to poach, you might have some issues with your coaching staff. If your coaches ain't, coming up and being some hot names, not saying every coach, I'm saying if people aren't looking at your coaching staff when they think of, hey, I want to make some big hires, that might be an issue.
Man, if you walking down the street with your old lady and don't know dude look, you might got an ugly old lady. I'm just saying.
Or your old lady or old man. Hey, Charles, your lunch is ready.
I'm just saying, man.
Your lunch is ready.
You're
right, man. You're right. But yeah, man, I think, I it's gonna be interesting keeping an eye on that, who Tennessee State goes and gets. Edwin said that's foul.
I'm just keeping it real, man.
Hey, you're right, though. You're right. I threw this in there because it's happened. It was probably the worst kept secret. Eric Dooley officially named the offense coordinator at Grambling. And I ain't necessarily, we ain't got to stay on this, but it's something about this I do want to talk about. So Eric Dooley, we all know, is Eric Dooley is a former Southern head coach. Now the OC at Grambling, return back to Grambling. I got a problem with this announcement. My problem ain't the announcement itself. It's the picture they use. They used the picture. Look like this man had dipped his head in Beijing. He was just like, I was like, bro, that's not the Dooley I know. This man was what's the stuff not just for me. What's the beard stuff that they use to make your beard, but not the with the brush? The one they be doing the commercials by. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, it's not Beijing. I know we know Beijing, you know what I'm saying, but he definitely had like y'all know what I'm just for men. There you go, just for men. They had Dooley looking like he you know what I'm saying, he had a fight with a Sharpie.
Less stress now, man. He ain't the head guy.
I don't care what you say, man. Listen, we need to see sharp dress Dooley. He was still sharp dress Dooley with the grays and stuff, man. They had that man. He looking crazy. I can't believe they did my boy like that. That man said a lot of folks died. Jay White said, "Don't talk about that." He's a lot of folks.
Oh man.
That man said a lot of folks die.
Ask
Jay White. Ask God do the I'm gonna find out Jay White around here with the with the just for men and his beard. He said Dion be using Beijing. Dion got a tattoo house. You know how when it be like real low and look like it's just tattooed up there. That's what that is.
Get that Carlos Boozer.
You Carlos Boozer sweat wrong. That's overrunning. Oh man. Boy, we is wild. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, because we got one more story. I was happy to see this one. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Because I got the story, I just got the name.
Boy.
All right. Here we go. First off, before I even start the story, happy belated birthday to AD Sykes at FAMU. She a legend in her own. Legend in her own, man. But shout out to FAMU, former FAMU pitcher, what's his name? Hunter Vietz. Vietz. He signed a major league contract with the Chicago Cubs.
That's dope.
I'm sorry, I laughed at Doc. They still on that house. It won't say prime house stitched in.
Somebody said he was on them preaching infomercials. Y'all play too much, man.
Oh man. But yeah, man, congratulations to Hunter Vietz for, you know what I'm saying, being able to, you know what I'm saying, pick up that contract. Last year, 16 starts, he was 8-2, over 91 in the third innings. He allowed 99 hits, struck out 81 batters, and posted a 3.45 ERA. So, kudos to him, man. Kudos.
Talk about these basketball scores.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Hold on, let me. Doors and everything. I guess no respect. Nah, go ahead, man. What you got?
Man, who you got winning these conference tournaments, man?
In the SWAC women's, Jackson State. In MEAC women, Norfolk State. MEAC men. I think it's gonna be a sweep altogether. I think it's Norfolk State gonna win the men's as well. SWAC men is a little bit more. I want to say Grambling, but it's called the Texas Southern Invitational for a reason.
Are you going to Texas Southern?
Till Johnny Jones somebody prove me wrong, I'm taking Johnny Jones. Yeah, this is Jay White talking about this the Alabama State game at the event center this Saturday. I want to go. I wouldn't mind going, but yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm glad he brought this up, man. Let's go to the, say who you got, and then I'm gonna talk about that too. Who you got in the win these tournaments?
It's gonna be chalk with yours for the most part. Jackson State women, Norfolk State women. I'll go Norfolk State men, but I'm going to G men, bro.
I think they definitely win the regular season.
This the year, man. Grambling ain't never made the NCAA tournament as a D1 school, man. This the year, man.
That'll be dope. All right, man. We'll get ready to wrap it up. I'm glad Jay White put this in. I knew I had it on. I couldn't remember. Zarion Hayes from Alabama A&M. He was the Legacy Bowl MVP.
Oh yeah, he had a great game.
Yeah, bruh. I remember we met him and Donovan Eaglin at Media Day. I just kept looking. I was like, dang, he looks like a football player. He looked like he's supposed to play football and do big things. And when I was going to A&M games last year, I was like, golly, that dude is huge, man. Pause. But he was like, he grown man, exactly.
Yeah, I think he had like 3 sacks or something in the Legacy Bowl. Yeah, he was all over the place, man. That dude was literally like a grown man playing against little boys in that Legacy game.
Yeah.
4 sacks, my bad. I ain't try to shortchange him, my bad.
Yeah, Doc said broad shoulders, no neck, and wrecking shop.
Straight up. Just straight like a bowling ball out there, man. Just straight muscle.
Yeah. Good. What else y'all want to talk about? I got something to talk about. This ain't even HBCU related, but we got to talk about it because we ain't talk about it on Sunday. I just talked about people who look like football players. How since Zarian Hayes looked like a football player. Cam Newton looked like one too. And them fools ran up on him and tried this man. And Cam was slanging, throwing them dudes around like rag dolls. Dude, I have not seen something like that. And that's like when Dylan or the other little kids, we be at practice, they be trying to tackle me and stuff, and I be pushing. That's what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like.
Yes, man. And what's crazy is like he wasn't even trying to like hurt them people. He was just throwing them out. He was just tossing them around. Like he really wasn't even like, you know what I mean? He was just keeping
how you whoop somebody's ass and you don't throw one punch. I've never, and everybody keeps saying it. Talk about it. Hat didn't move.
Hat didn't move at all.
Chuck said it did not lose his hat. It didn't move.
Just straight slanging people everywhere, bro. He looked like Thanos, man. Whenever the Hulk tried to fight him, and he tossed the Hulk around. That's exactly what Cam Newton was doing to them people, bro.
Man, boy, that wow, boy, wow. Cam Newton, I'm telling you, it was like 2 or 3 of them. Dennis Allen, make the phone call. Make the phone call. He still got it.
Yeah, man, he can at least stiff arm some people. For real.
Yeah. Doc, now, I do want to talk about this too. Doc said they need to stop disrespecting that man at them tournaments. There have been at least 3 instances.
Yeah.
Well, players, kids have talked trash to Cam. And this, listen, granted, I understand. There's a way, you know what I'm saying? Kids talk trash. I can beat you, blah, 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 stuff like that. This ain't that. You're a bum. You washed up. You broke. You talking to a former NFL MVP. If there was any semblance of if he had any semblance of help, would have been an NFL Super Bowl winner. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, it's that speaks to the generations, man. Like ain't no respect of elders, ain't no disrespect of other people as human beings, ain't no decency. You know what I mean? Like it's just that generation as a whole, man. I don't know what it is with them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how they are, though, man.
Yeah. Edwin asks, where's that disrespect coming from? We live in a world where kids and adults alike will say that a man who hasn't won a championship is not good. It's not a good NFL player, or was not a good NFL player. We live in a world where, hey, people make it to the NFL, make it to the the league, whether it be training camp or not. If you get that call, you get drafted, people will dog you out if you didn't make a Pro Bowl, or if you're not some kind of all, they will dog you out. That's the kind of world or generation we live in. We're so, the humility is not there. And I hate seeing kids who make it to college who may not necessarily, pan out in college. If you make it to college, and it took me talking to one of my friends who played quarterback ironically at Alabama A&M, started as a quarterback, never lost the Magic City Classic either. And he reminded me of that. You talk to somebody like that, and he talks about how he didn't think, how he had to, humble himself and realize, like, when you make it to, D1, because that's still D1. When you make it and you play D1 football, that's big. It don't matter how you made it. If you make it, that's big.
Yep. Like Doc said, it's crazy is them kids trying to make it to where Cam was. Cam already done everything them kids trying to do. Cam has done. He's won the national championship. He's been a number 1 overall pick. He's been an MVP. He's played in the Super Bowl. He's done everything them kids could dream of, man. But it's just that entitlement, man.
Yeah. That's that's a whole nother ballpark though. Edwin says today's disrespect is a way of life. Today respect is a way of life. We call good trash and we call good goat. So yeah, and a Heisman winner. I can't forget that. And he was a Heisman winner. So yeah. Doc brought this up. I don't know a lot about it, too terribly much about it, but North Shore hit with sanctions.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about all that. That's a Texas thing, man.
Yeah, I know they won the championship, and I don't know why they were hit. I figured that's what you were trying to say, but I had to read it what you wrote, Edwin, because that's what I ain't gonna call myself a journalist, but that's what a respected, I guess, on that personality, on the internet personality would do. But no, he said today disrespect is a way of life. We call good opponent trash. We call good the GOAT.
Interesting.
Yeah. What else we got before we get up out of here? Softball. We ain't talk about last week's show, how it came down, put a whipping on all the sweat. So beat everybody. So
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they beat everybody. Like everybody.
That's just a little Southern hospitality making them feel welcome down here.
So
Dylan about to run you out of there, man.
I know he is. He is. Huh?
He's trying to play Fortnite.
Nah, we played earlier. We played Fortnite earlier. We was doing all right for a minute. But he got clipped, and I was trying to go over there and help him out, and then I got clipped. So Well, gotta go. Time for the show.
Man, we could talk about that next week though.
What you want to talk about?
Jackson State, Norfolk State being 16 seeds. We can talk about it next show because we can wait and see. We can wait and see where they actually put them at before we talk.
Yeah. I will say I know it's not HBCU related, but Caitlin Clark went ahead and declared for the draft, WNBA draft, 2024 WNBA draft.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm so tired now, man. Be quiet, Anthony.
Happy Black History Month. There was I'm glad there was a speaking of that, the record is actually held by a black woman that played for Kansas. But there you go. They did not because they did not necessarily. I forgot. Well, they didn't keep. They didn't keep that stat, or someone didn't keep.
It's played for Francis. She played for Francis Marion. And there was a AIAW school, not an NCAA school. So that's why they discredit her stats. But there's also another one, Lynette Woodard, who
that's what I think I might have been thinking about.
Lynette Woodard
that played for Kansas, wasn't it?
I don't remember what she played, but she had they were NCAA, so that's why they didn't that's why they don't count hers.
No, she was a head coach at Winthrop. Yeah, she played at Kansas. 77.
Yeah, it's probably before that was the NCAA. That's why they don't count them. But what's just crazy to me is Tara Vanderveer, the coach for Stanford, has wins that are AIAW or whatever their conference was or their division was. She has wins from those conferences that count toward her total win total, but yet you don't count the scoring totals of those people who played in that same division. Make it make sense.
Trash.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. All right, we got anything else before we get ready to get up out of here?
Yeah, Eva Moore said, does that mean she'll make more in the WNBA than she's making in college? Yes.
I don't think so. You think she'll make more in WNBA?
Yes. Like what? Like first of all, where's she making money from now?
I don't know. Well, that's true because I don't know if she's getting any NILs and stuff.
I mean, she on State Farm commercials and stuff, but I mean, they gonna take that away because she made it to the WNBA?
No, they not. You're right.
You see what I'm saying? So she gonna keep her endorsement deals, and she gonna get paid money for a contract, and she probably gonna get more endorsement deals in whatever city she land in.
That's true.
Her and Aaliyah Boston gonna be a nice combo. I know that we ain't going there. This ain't what the point of the show was, but that's gonna be a nice combo.
Irony. Yeah.
Right.
That's irony. Trying to think what else we got. Let me see if we missed some. We didn't do the whatchamacallit this year. It would have been a leap year. We should have did it. The HBCU, like not HBCU, the HBCU Black History stuff. Yeah. It's been nice. The CIAA tournament moving to Baltimore. It seemed like that's paid off being a very good move, a smart move.
Depends on who you ask, I guess.
I've seen a lot of hype around it. The way they advertising and stuff, it was big.
Oh yeah, I mean most people like it, but there's some more traditionalists who don't really care for it. You know how people are, man.
Yeah, I do. I was gonna make a comment. I decided to not. I decided not. Yeah.
Being in Dallas, right? Nah, she ain't making it past that first pick, Edwin. But Dallas straight though. They got a nice squad. What they running back with Satu Sablé, Ricky Gumawale, Thierry McCown and them. Yeah, Dallas gonna be fine. My bad, Pooh.
Oh no, you good. I be impressed. You know, I be impressed when you be saying them names. I'm like, man, you call the old girl. You be saying that old girl name. I be like a gooba gobble. So I don't know. I can't even.
Wale. Yeah,
Yeah,
my dog.
A gooba gobble. So, Langston University. They last year they had I forget what they ended up being. I think they went through the regular season undefeated. They 27-1 right now. Number 2 in the final NAIA National Championship coaches poll. And they pretty much swept through the postseason awards.
Yeah.
They had the SAC Player of the Year and Anthony Roy, Defensive Player of the Year and Cortez Mosley, Newcomer of the Year and Anthony Roy, and Coach of the Year, Coach Chris Wright. The first team was Anthony Roy, Toru Dean, Cortez Mosley made second team. DeMonte Moore made third team. And then they had one honorable mention and Ron Mitchell. So I'm talking about Langston got them some. That's a hot name. He'll be coach I just said his name too. Coach Wright. Somebody be picking him off soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So big kudos to them. Somebody did a trivia question today, and I knew the answer. State with the most HBCUs.
Oh shit. North Carolina? Alabama?
Alabama. Believe it or not, Alabama. So, hey, can you stop making all that noise?
Tripping. I don't know why I was thinking Benedict in North Carolina. That's in South Carolina. I was thinking of both like the Carolinas together as one state. I'm tripping.
Yeah. They up there though. Alabama has, if I'm not mistaken, Alabama has, but the numbers keep changing because we keep seeing schools getting closed and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm glad I said that too. Mississippi Senate Bill 2726. They're using that. They're trying to close 3 higher education in Mississippi. You know what that means?
Yeah, I feel bad for the university, Mississippi University for women.
Yeah. I don't know if it passed or not. I'm trying to see here. Yeah, they required them to close. It would require the board of trustees to close 3 institutions by 2028. 3 higher ed institutions. I don't like it.
Stupid.
I hadn't heard anything back as far as like when it's but if you're in Mississippi, if you know somebody in Mississippi, make sure they go out and vote. Jackson State, Alcorn State, Mississippi Valley. just saying.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna pass, but
Yeah, I don't think it will. I would love for it to fail, but I'm not holding my breath on anything when it comes to politics these days.
that's true.
Because
Don't get me started here in Louisiana. Well, we cutting up over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everyone trying to get us canceled, get us flagged on YouTube. He says, stay woke and vigilant as people. Somebody gonna tag keyword woke. But yeah, man, I agree. Terrible bill, terrible legislation, but we shall see. We got anything else before we get up out here? I know we talked about a plethora. Plethora, that's the word for today. Plethora of things. Plethora and Google Gaba. That's our 2 words for today.
Agumawale. Say with me.
That's what I said.
Goom
Hey,
Awale. Agum Awale.
a goon is Wale. Gotcha. We got a thing for real before we get up out of here. Hey, I do want to tell y'all, I appreciate y'all, everybody, for tuning in. Looking forward to start picking up for the spring football. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be so interesting. Especially start seeing some of these old faces in new places.
Mm-hmm. And old faces in old places.
Mm-hmm. And old faces with new faces. I know that man.
Shout out to Just for Men.
Oh man, we said that too many times on this show. They're gonna have to be a sponsor soon.
I don't need them though, so I mean,
I don't need them. I'm gonna use it. I'll just play. If they pay us, I come in the thing. Officer, I come up in blackface for be sweating.
Yeah, they Carlos Boozer for real, huh?
Get the sweat, the boy get to run and be looking like Giuliani. Black story. Charles, your lunch ready? All right, let's get up out of here.
They about to get they about to cancel us like P. Diddy around here, man.
Oh, bro, did you see the meat meal is not a real person? Somebody literally broke down said,
I ain't seen nope. I don't know nothing about nothing, man. I don't know nothing about nothing, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, I know it's bad. Somebody sued Diddy and said he was sleeping with or had another man, and the actual person in the video was a porn star. I was like, nah, that's me. That's me. That ain't Diddy. That's me. I was like, bro, y'all, if people is wilding. That is wild.
Yeah, they cutting up out here, man. They said they gonna hit Diddy with a Freako instead of a Rico.
Speaking of Freako, the Freak Neat Doc.
Oh boy, it's gonna break from home.
It's about to break on some families.
Oh man, it's about to be some mamas getting called out.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's gonna be a lot of people not coming to church.
You ain't lying, boy.
Man said he gonna hit with a Freako.
Hey, I'm just saying, hey, that surviving P. Diddy documentary gonna be something. Let me go, man. They finna cancel us. We gonna get sued like that. Like that girl talking about Cardi B, man.
Mm-hmm. Whoo, boy, I tell you. All right, man. Let's get ready to get up out of here. We'll be back next week. Like that. Hold on. Let me get it ready. And like that, we got This show was presented by betonline.ag.
Bring me my money.